Hello, everyone. Today, I want to start with a quote from Steve Jobs, a man who changed the world through his vision and hard work. He once said, "I believe the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. Your heart will eventually find it." These words have a deep meaning, especially when it comes to learning something new, like English. You see, when you love what you're doing, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like a journey, one that you enjoy even with the challenges along the way. In my own life, there were many moments when I struggled, failed, and felt lost. But every time I felt this way, I remembered why I started in the first place, because I loved teaching and learning. This love for learning made me strong. It gave me the courage to stand up again after every failure. When I faced difficult times, I remembered how important my goal was. That's what made me push through. If you can find this love, this passion for learning English, you will see how it opens doors in ways you might not expect. It will help you find new opportunities, connect with people from different cultures, and feel more confident in your daily life. This journey isn't always easy, but with love, you will find strength. Let's remember that today, as we continue learning, this love for learning English will guide you no matter how hard the path may seem. Now, let's think about how far we have come in the world. Take a look at the technology around us. Just 100 years ago, there were no computers, no mobile phones, no internet. People had to walk long distances or ride horses. They had no cars or fast airplanes to travel quickly. Life was difficult and every task took so much time. But today, we have smartphones that connect us to the world in seconds. We have modern buildings that protect us from storms and heat, cars that take us anywhere we want to go, and medicines that cure diseases that once took lives. These changes didn't happen overnight. People worked for years and many faced failures and challenges. So, what made this possible? I believe it was love for their work, love for progress, and love for helping others. Engineers, scientists, doctors, they all wanted to make life better. They had a passion for what they were doing. Even when things were hard, their love for their work kept them going. They didn't give up after failing. They tried again and again. Imagine how people lived 100 years ago. No clean water in some places, no electricity, no easy transportation. Yet today, we have a level of comfort that would have been a dream for them. This is all because people followed their love for discovery, improvement, and learning. I want you to think about this as you learn English. Your journey might be hard at times, but if you love learning, if you love the process of growing and changing, you will keep going. Let love guide you through your learning path, just like it has guided all those people who built the world we live in today. Remember, every small step forward counts, and one day, all these steps will take you to great success. Let me tell you a bit about my own journey. I wasn't always just an English teacher. I had two big passions in my life: teaching English and swimming. I loved both of these with all my heart, but believe me, it wasn't an easy road. There were many times when I failed and felt lost. I remember when I tried to teach my first English class. I was so nervous and things didn't go well. I also remember competing in my first big swim race. I didn't win, and I felt disappointed. I wondered if maybe I wasn't good enough to follow my dreams. But the love I had for both teaching and swimming helped me keep going. I knew that if I kept trying, I would improve. Years passed, and I kept practicing. I taught English to students during the day, and in the evening, I would go to the pool to swim and train hard. With each lesson and each swim, I got a little better. I became not only a skilled English teacher, but also a well-known swim coach. I had the joy of teaching many students how to speak English and also how to swim. One of my favorite memories is from when I had my first child. It was a busy, challenging time, but I didn't stop teaching or coaching. I remember teaching a class in the morning, swimming with my students in the afternoon, and then going home to be with my baby. It was hard work, but it was all possible because I loved what I was doing. This love, this passion, gave meaning to everything. It pushed me to do my best, even when I was tired. Love for your work, for your goals, is like a light. It guides you through the difficult days and makes every effort feel valuable. So I tell you this, find what you love and let it guide you. If you love learning English, let that love push you forward. When you face challenges, remember why you started. Love is the only thing that gives meaning to our actions and makes us strong enough to reach our dreams. Now, let's dive deeper into these methods and see how love for learning can make them even more powerful. When you feel connected to what you're learning, every practice feels rewarding, and even challenges feel easier to face. Practice speaking daily. Every day, try speaking English, even if it's just a sentence or two. For example, start your morning by saying something simple like, "Today, I will learn something new in English." Or you can say, "I will make progress step by step." These little sentences help you to feel confident. If you have a pet, talk to it in English. When you love what you're learning, speaking every day won't feel like a chore. It will be like sharing a part of your life with the language. Love gives you courage to speak, even if it's just a few words. Listen and repeat. Find short videos, audios, or songs that you enjoy. Choose something fun, a line from a movie, a song lyric, or even a motivational speech. Listen to it carefully and then repeat it out loud. For example, if you hear, "Keep moving forward," try to repeat it with the same tone and energy. When you repeat with love, you naturally pay more attention to the way it sounds, to every word and every rhythm. This love for the sounds of English makes learning fun and memorable. You'll start to feel that English is more than just words. It's a beautiful way to express yourself. Make mistakes with pride. I know mistakes can feel scary, but remember, they are a part of every journey. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. No one gets it right on the first try. When I started teaching English, I often felt nervous about making mistakes. But my love for teaching kept me going. I knew that with each mistake, I was learning. So if you say, "He go to school," instead of "he goes to school," don't worry. Smile, learn, and keep going. Love for English will help you see mistakes as stepping stones rather than obstacles. Think in English. This practice is a bit challenging at first, but it's worth the effort. Start small. When you wake up, think, what do I need to do today? In English. Or if you see an apple, think, that's an apple. It's red and sweet. Slowly your thoughts in English will grow. Love for the language makes this easier because it turns your practice into a habit, into a part of your daily life. When I was training as a swim coach, I'd often think about my lessons even when I wasn't at the pool. It's the same with English. If you love it, you'll find it sneaking into your thoughts throughout the day. Set small goals. Learning English can feel overwhelming, so break it down. For example, today you might focus on learning just 3 new words like curious, excited, and brave. Write them down, say them out loud. Use them in a sentence. At the end of the day, reflect on your achievement and celebrate. When you love what you're doing, these small goals feel exciting and meaningful. I remember when I was both teaching and learning new things myself. I'd set tiny goals like helping one student improve a little each day or learning a new swim technique. These goals kept me motivated, and I felt happy with each step. The love I had for my work kept me going. Now, I also know that learning isn't always smooth. There will be times when you feel like giving up. Maybe you can't remember a word or grammar seems confusing. I've faced these struggles too. There was a time when I was exhausted, managing my classes, swim coaching, and a newborn baby at home. Some days I wondered how I could keep going, but my love for teaching and my passion for helping students kept me focused. Love truly was my energy. When you have love for learning, you feel connected to every little step. You begin to see every small effort as important, every challenge as something you can overcome. If you love learning English, this love will make even the hardest days feel worth it. It will remind you why you started and give you strength to keep moving forward, one small step at a time. So, I encourage you, embrace this journey with love. Every sentence you say, every new word you learn is a part of your story. Remember, love makes us strong, and it is this strength that will lead you to success. I want to share with you stories of some students who overcame many difficulties to learn English. Each one of them had their own challenges, but their love for learning and their determination kept them going. You'll see that with love, even the toughest challenges become easier. It helps you stay calm, keep stress away, and see a brighter future. Sarah was one of my most determined students. When she first came to my class, she looked tired and nervous. She had 3 small children at home and worked long hours every day. Learning English was a dream for her, but she hardly had time to study. Often she came to class with tired eyes and a heavy heart. One day after class, she told me, "I want to learn English so badly, but I'm so tired and I don't know if I can do it." I smiled at Sarah and said, "Sarah, love for your goal can be a powerful force. Let's find small ways to learn every day. Even 5 minutes is progress." So, I suggested a plan. Every night, she would learn 1 new word and practice saying it out loud. It was simple, but it was something she could do without feeling too tired. I also encouraged her to make learning fun. I told her to use English words with her children. They started to have a game at home. When Sarah learned a new word, she would teach it to her kids, and they would use it in funny sentences. This small habit filled her with joy, and every day, her love for learning grew stronger. Slowly, she became more confident. Months later, Sarah came to me with a big smile and said, "Now I can help my kids with their English homework." She no longer felt tired or discouraged. She found that love for learning gave her the energy to succeed. Ahmed was a young man who struggled with stuttering when he spoke English. He could read and write well, but speaking made him anxious. He felt that people might laugh at him if he stuttered, and this made him afraid to even try. When Ahmed first joined my class, he would sit quietly in the back, hardly speaking a word. One day, I noticed his sadness and said, "Ahmed, I know speaking can be hard, but you're not alone. I believe in you, and with time, we can overcome this together." I introduced Ahmed to a method I call slow talk. I told him to speak slowly, to take a deep breath before every sentence, and not to worry about stuttering. I told him, think of English like a new friend. Speak with it gently, with love, and don't rush. We practiced every day in a supportive way, and I would remind him, with love and patience, you'll find your rhythm. Over time, Ahmed's confidence grew. He would still stutter sometimes, but he learned to laugh at it and keep going. One day, he stood in front of the class and introduced himself without fear. He looked at me afterward with relief and said, "I did it." He told me that now he even practices English with his friends. Ahmed realized that love for his goal and patience with himself could take him far. Maria's story is very special to me. She was a nurse who wanted to learn English so she could work abroad and help more people. But she had little time to study, and every time she made a mistake, she felt embarrassed. She would say, "Teacher, I make too many mistakes. Maybe I'm not good enough." I would tell her, "Maria, mistakes are your teachers. Love your mistakes, and you will see that they are your guide." We created a mistake journal for her. Every time she made an error, she would write it down in her journal, and we would laugh about it together. This journal became a part of her daily practice, and over time, she began to love her mistakes because they showed her what she needed to work on. One day, Maria told me, "Now, I am not afraid of mistakes. I know they are helping me learn." When she finally passed her English test and got her job abroad, she hugged me and said, "This journal changed my life. I'm not afraid of failure anymore." I love the journey. Maria's story reminds us that love for learning helps us to embrace our imperfections and grow from them. Jean came to my class with a heavy heart. He had tried to learn English many times before, but kept giving up. His friends had learned faster, and he felt left behind. One day, Jean came to me and said, "Teacher, maybe English is not for me. Maybe I'll never be good at it." I looked at him and said, "Jean, love for your goal can give you the courage to try again. Let's take it one step at a time." We started with a method I called one small success per day. Each day, I asked him to focus on one tiny goal, like saying one sentence or learning one word. I told him, celebrate each success, no matter how small it seems. Gene followed this advice, and with each small success, he felt a little stronger. He began to love these small victories, and slowly he gained confidence. After a few months, Gene looked back and realized how far he had come. He came to class with a smile and said, "Now I believe in myself. I love learning, and I know I can do this." Gene taught me that sometimes the love for learning has to start with the smallest steps. Once you feel that love, every step feels meaningful. Each of these students faced unique challenges, but with love for their goals and small steps, they found their way. Love helped them see beyond their fears and kept them from feeling discouraged. It turned stress into joy and doubts into strength. So remember, as you learn English, bring love into your journey. Love is a light that helps you see past the difficulties. It keeps you focused on the bright future ahead and gives you the courage to keep moving forward. If these students could overcome their challenges with love and determination, so can you. Believe in yourself, keep learning with love, and watch as each step brings you closer to your dreams.